Hey guys, welcome to episode 10. We're talking about Apex Trigger, trigger best practices, and the use cases of Apex Trigger, where to use the Apex Trigger. And this is the example number 10. We're going to talk about the Apex Trigger scenario 10 and try to solve that problem. Sorry, this is the 11th scenario. So this is the 11th episode. And we're going to solve this problem out in the 11th example, writing a trigger to create account record for newly created contact. So for every newly created contact should have the corresponding account record. For that, what we need, we'll be discussing about that. But before that, we need to keep three things in mind. Again, what is the trigger type? This is after trigger because this should happen right after inserting the record in the contact object. Then the trigger context is after insert. We are not creating an account record upon updating the contact, but after inserting the contact only. And the object is contact object. So without delay, let's go to the developer edition org. I'm going to open the developer edition org and let me jump to the developer console. Start writing the trigger. Go to file, new, trigger, keep the number of scenario or anything you can keep as a name. And the object is not account. The object will be contact object. Let me see the contact object. Now contact object. I have this object name ready, contact, and the name of the trigger ready. Now hit submit. So you have the trigger here. Let me do it after insert because the trigger type is not before insert. This is after insert. So for writing trigger, as usual, I'm going to specify the trigger context. If the trigger is insert and trigger is after, then this trigger should fire. For that, as we discussed before in the last session, we need a trigger handler class as a best practices. So let me go ahead and create a new Apex class as a trigger handler class. For the Apex new class creation, here, let me give a name, account creation trigger handler. Okay, this is the name. Hit OK. Now specify a method here, public static void create contact. This is not the create contact. You can give create account since you are simply creating a new account. For that, let me list out, let me catch the account list of contact that is being passed from trigger class contact list. So this will capture the contact list which we are going to pass from the scenario 11 Apex trigger. So here what you have to do is call this trigger handler class dot trigger handler class name is create contact. Let me specify that. And what I'm going to pass from here is trigger dot new list of contacts. Let me hit save. For this one also, let me hit save and go and start writing the code. So we have the list of contact records, which is newly created. And now let me write a collection variable per account. This is because if we are doing the bulkification, all the records, all the account records, which has recently been created or recently been updated, will be collected here, and we can make a single short transaction here. Now, list of account. Let me run a for loop for the contact object to list out all the contact record that we passed from the Apex trigger class. So this object for this loop, the extended for loop, is being written on contact object, and that is running all the contact list of contact records. That is iterating all the list of contact records that we passed from Apex trigger class. Now, what you have to do is, if we are trying to insert the contact records into the account object, then you need to check that if the account ID field is not null, because if that is not related to the account object, or if that does not have the relevancy to the account object, then that does not make sense. So for that, let me check a condition. If the dot account ID is not null. Sorry, should be null. I mean, if there is anything already existing, then that does not make sense. So in that case, account ACC is to new account, and then for account ID, this is because, let me go back again. Account ID is null since if the account ID, if somebody who is creating the contact record has already picked the related account record, because account object is already a parent object for the contact object. So if somebody has picked already a existing account record, then that does not make sense to create a new account. So we are creating a basically new account for the related contact. So if the field account ID is null, then only it's going to create the account record. So for that field, we are passing the contact ID. In the account ID section, account dot name will be contact dot first name, and account dot phone is going to be contact dot phone. So we're passing just 3 records. Contact ID will be the account ID, and the account name will be first name of the contact, and the phone will be the phone from the contact object, contact record. Account list. Let me add these things. ACC. This object instance has been added to the list. So simply what you can do is, after this for loop, simply insert this list. It's saved. It's saving. Now go and hit save on this trigger also. So the Apex trigger and the trigger handler class is ready. Now go to the developer edition org and test it. So what are the condition? Creating a new contact. Let me create a new contact. Salutation is Mr. Test account is the first name. Let's say test account 2022 is the last name. Phone is 111222. Any random name 3445. So here's the account name. I'm not going to give any account name in this field. Simply hit save. There's a problem creating a trigger. What it is saying is line number 9. Account creation trigger handler. There's a problem with line number 9. Let me go ahead and check it. What's the problem? Trigger handler class, line number 9. Account ID is contact ID. This should be the problem. For that, let me just pass the account ID for this field. Okay. Now go back and hit save. Oh, so we have created the account here. See, from the contacts, we have the account record here. Let me go to the accounts. This is the contact. Let me go to the accounts and see here, the account has been created from the contact record. Let me go ahead and just pull up that and see. Testing 2, testing contact. This is the account record. See the contact. This is the related contact, and we created this from the existing the new contact record. So upon creating a new contact records, if the account field of that contact record is empty, or if that is null, then it's going to create a new contact record for the related. It's going to create a new account record for the related contacts. This is it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.